In the last 24 hours, the United States men's national team went from facing their biggest challenge without their best striker to having a legitimate shot at shocking one of Europe's traditional powers. And it all centers on one name, Folarin Balogun. Let's set the stage. Tomorrow night in Seattle, the USMNT takes on Belgium in the round of 16. This is already massive. Home field advantage. 68,000 screaming fans at Lumen Field. A chance to reach the quarterfinals for the first time since that magical 2002 run. But heading into this week, there was one crushing reality. Balogun wouldn't be on the pitch. He picked up his second yellow card of the tournament in the final group stage match. Standard FIFA rules, automatic one-game suspension. The U.S. coaching staff had already game planned without him. They'd leaked to media that Christian Pulisic would shift into a false nine role with wingers providing width. Belgium prepared their entire defensive setup around stopping Pulisic centrally and clogging passing lanes to Gio Reyna and Weston McKennie. Then Friday afternoon Eastern Time, FIFA dropped a bombshell. Administrative review of Balogun's first yellow card from the opening match was still ongoing, and therefore his suspension would be delayed pending final determination. Translation, he's available to play. Now let's be crystal clear about what just happened here. This isn't some routine procedural thing that happens every tournament. Yellow card accumulation suspensions are the most straightforward disciplinary process in soccer. 2 yellows, you sit one game, it's automatic. Except suddenly it's not. FIFA's statement cited review protocols for potential mistaken identity in the initial caution issuance. That's bureaucratic language that essentially means they're questioning whether the referee correctly identified Balogun when issuing the first yellow. But here's where it gets interesting. There's video evidence. We all watched it happen. Balogun clearly committed the foul, clearly received the card, no confusion, no dispute at the time. So why is FIFA intervening now? That's the question, sending shockwaves through international soccer media and absolutely enraging the Belgian Federation. Within 3 hours of the announcement, Belgium's FA filed an official protest with FIFA. Their statement, and I'm reading directly here, called the decision unprecedented and procedurally irregular, given the proximity to kickoff and the clear video evidence supporting the original disciplinary action. Kevin De Bruyne didn't hide his frustration in Saturday's press conference. When asked about the Balogun situation, he paused, gave this knowing smile, and said, "It's convenient timing, isn't it? We prepared one way all week, now we adjust everything in 24 hours, but that's FIFA, I suppose." That's about as diplomatically as you can call something absolute nonsense. And look, from a pure soccer perspective, Belgium has every right to be furious. They're dealing with an aging squad. Their so-called golden generation, the guys who were third in 2018, are now in their early 30s. De Bruyne is 33, Romelu Lukaku is 32 and clearly not at peak fitness. Jan Vertonghen is 37 years old, trying to contain speedy American wingers. Their game plan relied heavily on the U.S., lacking a pure striker who could punish defensive mistakes. Balogun changes everything. He's been the USMNT's most clinical finisher this tournament, 3 goals in 3 group stage matches. He's got the technical ability to play with his back to goal, the pace to run channels, and crucially, the composure to convert chances that Pulisic and Reyna create. Having him on the pitch doesn't just add one player, it transforms the entire tactical setup. Now, the U.S. can play their preferred 4-3-3 with Balogun central, Pulisic cutting in from the left, and Reyna providing creativity from the right. Belgium's center backs can't push as high because Balogun will punish space and behind. Their defensive midfielders have to account for a legitimate target man instead of just cutting passing lanes. It fundamentally changes the chess match. But beyond tactics, there's the psychological element. Imagine you're Belgium. You've spent a week preparing for one scenario. Your coaches have drilled specific defensive shape. Your players have internalized their assignments. Then 36 hours before the match, everything changes. You're suddenly facing a completely different attacking structure with a player who wasn't supposed to be there. Meanwhile, the USMNT just got a massive confidence injection. They were already going to have crowd support like we haven't seen for American soccer, possibly ever. Seattle in a knockout World Cup match on home soil. The atmosphere will be absolutely electric. Now add in the return of your leading scorer when everyone thought he was gone. That's the kind of moment that creates belief. And belief matters in knockout soccer. Belgium is the better team on paper. They've got more experience, more individual quality. They've been to the late stages of major tournaments, but they're also a team that's slowly aging out of their peak window, dealing with chemistry issues, and now facing a hostile environment with a tactical curveball thrown at them at the last possible moment. The United States, on the other hand, is young, hungry, playing at home, and just caught what might be the luckiest break in their World Cup history. Whether FIFA's decision is justified or not, whether it stands up to scrutiny or Belgium's protest succeeds, doesn't matter for Monday night. Balogun is available now, and that's the reality both teams are dealing with. So can the USMNT actually pull this off? Can they beat Belgium and reach the quarterfinals? Honestly, before this Balogun news, I would have said it's a 25-30% chance. Now, I'm putting it closer to 45%. That's not being a homer. That's recognizing how significant this roster change is combined with home field advantage. Belgium is still the favorite. They should still win this match. But knockout soccer isn't about should. It's about who executes on the day. And the United States just got exponentially more dangerous. If Balogun scores, if that crowd reaches the levels we know it can, if Belgium's aging legs can't keep pace for 90-plus minutes, we could be looking at one of the biggest results in USMNT history. One way or another, Monday night in Seattle is going to be absolutely electric, and Folarin Balogun, who wasn't supposed to be anywhere near the pitch, might just be the difference between heartbreak and history.